some of the key things that we wanted to achieve included bringing together very experienced professionals and students from colleges, including those who are sponsored by KASNEB Foundation and those who have already graduated, and so that they can be able to participate in the conference.
It has exceeded expectations in terms of the quality of the speakers, the quality of engagements between the professionals, and even the outcomes in terms of resolutions.
KASNEB over the years has remained a believable examination body.
Remember, the implicit assumption behind being called a professional is that you have mastered both hardware, which includes skills, knowledge, competences, and software, which includes behavior, attitude, character, values, and principles.
The first KASNEB International Conference for Professionals, unleashing potential, shaping the future of international professionals in the blue space. Come with me.
Delegates, our chairman of the board, Dr. Nancy Muriuki, board members present, and our delegates who are physically in the room and those who are following the program virtually. Good morning. Morning once again. Allow me to welcome all of us to this great inaugural KASNEB International Conference for Professionals. And it's an honor to address all of us who are here, the distinguished gathering of professionals who are the backbone of our nation's economic growth and development. In this conference, the planning started last year, and the intention was to be able to bring together all professionals to deliberate, to share ideas and experiences regarding issues to do with professionalism.
The world has changed. Professionalism may not change. The basics remain the same. It is now for professionals to use technology to add value and to make sure that technology is there to help professionals advance their professionalism in the various sectors, and especially in the public sector where we are facing ethical issues.
The deployment of digital AI technologies is a double-edged sword. On the positive side, it has presented professionals with unprecedented opportunities to improve efficiency. Digital solutions can help streamline processes, reduce human contact, and collapse time and space distance, leading to better service delivery. On the flip side, it has also opened up space for undesirable and unprofessional practices such as espionage, breach of client confidentiality, manipulation of books, fraud, and bribery, which all mount pressure on professionals to make the right choices.
The main objective of this conference was to bring out emerging issues that are of interest to professionals across board. It was not just for business professionals, it was for all professionals, because these emerging issues, they cut across. Issues of artificial intelligence, issues of digitalization, these are matters that cut across.
The fourth industrial revolution is bringing cutting-edge technologies for better policy making, better administrative capacity building, and better provision of services, including public services. And this in turn is assisting governments and organizations achieve not just sustainable development goals, but also sustainable reporting and open governance. And at the heart of the fourth industrial revolution is artificial intelligence.
We are squarely right at the onset of the fourth industrial revolution, what is being called the 4IR. Now, the fourth industrial revolution is an interesting concept, which I'm sure you have unpacked cerebrally in different ways. But my concern is not just about us being in the fourth industrial revolution. My biggest concern is when the question begs, will Africa yet again slip through a revolution?
Africa, we need to be ready to be at the forefront of the technology era. Otherwise, we shall be digital plantation workers, just like we have been tea and coffee and cotton plantation workers. And generally that everybody must be ready to change with the times. The blue space is not going to stop. It is going to continue, and it is for us professionals to continue learning and unlearning. Unlearning the old things and learning the new things.
Are we deliberately using AI, or have we found ourselves in the middle of AI, but we don't know either how to use it or how to discard it, if I may say?
This guy, he's called a knocker up. And what his role every morning was to wake people up at a certain time. So he'd either go with a stick and knock on your door, and he would not leave until you woke up. Or if you had some high windows, he'd use a bamboo stick to knock on that window until he saw your lantern come up. But this was in the 18th century. That was before they invented the mechanical alarm clock. And that's how technology goes. In a few years' time, Gen Alpha will be looking at us and asking, how are these guys surviving?
Companies and governments are incorporating AI techniques to automate tasks, accelerate decision-making, and to enable customers' conversations with chatbots or virtual assistants to take place.
AI is for the bold, and those who capitalize it right now are the ones who are going to have the biggest market share.
Credit Reference Bureau uses your borrowing history. That is AI. So the AI is with us. We don't even need to accept it or to say it is a good thing or a bad thing.
We are deep into a big thing called AI, and I really, really love it, because what is happening now is called regeneration medicine. That's what Joyce should have told you. Right now, you don't need to tire people doing like this, giving you blood. Why would you struggle with people who are struggling to synthesize for you blood? Yet blood you only pick from the pluripotent cell and allow it to regenerate as a tissue. And then you are able to deal with that. So when your HIV levels are high, we go drain it to 70% of your blood and give you fresh one. Then by the time the cell divide and then go into all the CD4 cells, we again go and filter that out, get you a fresh one. Then you don't get scared about that.
Advocates or lawyers need to move from the traditional areas of practice and embrace these new areas of practice that are quickly arising. We need to look into technology law, data protection, cybersecurity, and all these relevant areas that come up.
KASNEB, KCA University, and other partners. Can we do a study, for example, to look at food choices using AI, food choices in our markets, the supermarkets moving forward? So I see a lot of research areas, critical areas that we can participate in.
I'd like us to reflect or to ask ourselves some 4 questions. 1, is there really a problem? Is there a skills mismatch? What mismatches exist here in Kenya, if any, in the continent, and within different professions. What can we do to bridge these gaps, and whose responsibility is it?
I was able to talk and present the topic on understanding the concept of accrual accounting in the public sector, and I was able to give the concept or the case study of IGAD, whereby we were able to move from the cash accounting system to the accrual accounting system. The donors are very comfortable when they see that we are using the most recent and international standard. They know that their funds are safe. So if we implement this process, then we should be able to get enough funding also to be able to implement this.
During the conference as well, there was a launch of a course, a qualification called Diploma in Quality Management, DQM, which was a partnership between Kenya Bureau of Standards and KASNEB. This diploma is the first one in Africa, after the one in the US and in the UK.
The journey to develop this quality practitioners program began in December 2018 during a conference for quality professionals. At this event, a need was identified for a structured framework to manage the professional examinations for practitioners, and subsequent surveys confirmed a gap in quality certification programs. This led to a collaborative agreement between the Kenya Bureau of Standards and KASNEB to leverage our shared knowledge, skills, and experiences in developing a professional certification program for quality practitioners.
In constant drive to respond to the job market demands, KASNEB has over the years introduced new examinations in the disciplines of credit management, finance, information communication technology, and recently, forensic fraud examinations. The post-professional qualification that we are launching today is as a result of an needs analysis undertaken by KASNEB during the major syllabus review that was done in 2021, and that syllabus was launched in July 2021.
Quite timely, because it even factors the question of political philosophy, social and public policy, which usually drive the agenda, especially in the county government units.
We are happy to see the launch of the two programs. I think the CEO has mentioned the issue of the computer-based examinations. I think as UNES, we want to partner with KASNEB to drive these examinations be done through the computer-based systems. And I'm happy that the curriculum is well designed and is adaptable to the current theme, which now we're talking about the AI, using machine learning and artificial intelligence.
Tonight, once again, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you to this dinner which has been organized under the auspices of the inaugural KASNEB International Conference for Professionals to specifically celebrate the 55th anniversary of KASNEB. Today, we reflect on the birth of KASNEB on 24th July 1969, our journey of over a century and opportunities into the future.
When KASNEB was first set up, it was the Kenya Accounting and Secretary's National Examinations Body, basically for accountants and secretaries. Accountants always outnumbered secretaries, but at the same time, it's not to say secretaries are less important. They're very, very important in companies. But that was actually established in 1969 before the Accountants Act was even put into, before it was assented to and before we actually saw it on paper, which was 1977, and we had our first meeting at Kenyatta International Conference Center. Mwai Kibaki, at that time, was the Minister of Finance. He was the one who was the chairperson of that particular meeting, and we then elected SN Mbugwa as our first chairman in the Institute of Certified Public Accountants.
We celebrate the 55 years of existence under which KASNEB has witnessed tremendous growth in various spheres. One, growth in the number of graduates, which now stands at over 55 graduates serving the national, regional, and global markets. Let's give God a clap. Interesting that 55 years, 55,000.
But my ambition, ladies and gentlemen, is that when the world wants to get accountants, they decide where do they get them. They get them here in Kenya. KASNEB, you have been instrumental. You have been instrumental in taking us to where we are in the accounting world. So I, as a user, sometimes a struggler, because you're trying to get students to take it seriously and do the study which is necessary. But I can applaud KASNEB. Why? Because we see tangible proof of the quality of your examinations. A person who can get a first-class honours BCom can fail KASNEB exams. Why? Because they have a status far above those of the BCom. So professors in the room, Angalia, KASNEB is breathing down your throats. So take care. KASNEB continue for the next 55 years so that we can be the source of accountants all over the world.
Wow. Thank you so much indeed.
Today was a very, very special day as part of our conference this week, and we witnessed the graduation of our first batch of certified forensic fraud examiners. This is a qualification that we introduced in 2021, and we have today witnessed the completion of the first 10 graduates of this qualification. The significance of this qualification is enormous because it is addressing an area where we do not have a qualification not just in Kenya or East Africa, but indeed in the entire continent. And this is a qualification that is tailor-made to address issues of fraud investigations and also fraud prevention. And we're happy to note that when we are developing this qualification, we got a lot of input, even from the EACC itself and other institutions that are affected by fraud, including the banking sector.
So when we talk about corruption, when we talk about unprofessional conduct, when we talk about unethical conduct, we are not talking of people out there. And I want to urge the graduates today, as you graduate to be certified forensic fraud examiners, the people you are going to examine, to look for fraud, please don't look for them outside the profession. They are with you. They will be with you. There is either the chief finance controller, it is either the procurement expert, it is the cashier who is an accountant and all that. Those are the people you will find. Don't look for people outside there as you go to look for the fraud that is in the institutions that we have.
We believe that these 10 graduates that you are celebrating today are going to play a very big role in terms of fast-tracking fraud investigations in this country, and overall they are going to play a very big role in terms of corruption prevention, because there is a very thin line between fraud and corruption. And when we are able to build that capacity, then even as KASNEB will have played our role in terms of prevention of corruption and fraud.
Each one of them has attended a workshop, a physical workshop at KASNEB Towers, where they have been required to make presentations and demonstrate how they would practically conduct investigations and present expert witness statements in courts of law.
This qualification is unique because it is the first qualification that is ranked at postgraduate level. It is higher than even the professional qualifications. It is higher even than a bachelor's degree, because it is classified at Kenya National Qualification Framework Level 8. It is actually at a postgraduate level.
By the powers conferred to me by the students of KASNEB, I now award you all the certificate of Certified Forensic Fraud Examiner, and with all the privileges and rights. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Leo, for that. So you have been given the power.
I am here today to graduate to CFFE. I'm the most excited person to be among the pioneers of this course, which is, as we've heard, is not just a profession. This is a mission.
When KASNEB introduced certified forensic fraud, I realized that's where my thinking and my understanding can unfold so many issues that I was not able to do it in the CPA.
Our country is highly affected. Either private or public sector is affected through corruption. And now when we come in as CFFE, we'll try to ensure that things are done right, bringing in good corporate governance policies and structures in place to ensure that the tone at the top is right, to ensure that members of staff working in each organization, either the ministry or county governments, protect public resources.
I'm so grateful to KASNEB for this milestone and the far that we have come. It was a long-awaited time, passing through rigorous trainings of fraud and prevention to where we are today.
We need to be ready to be at the forefront of the technology era. Otherwise, we shall be digital plantation workers, just like we have been tea and coffee and cotton plantation workers.
In terms of data justice, then Africa falls short. Meaning that for the time that we have had the internet, we have not Africanized the internet as much as the internet has internetanized Africa. What will happen then? It means that cultures will go obsolete, languages will go obsolete, ways of life will go obsolete.
Everybody must be ready to change with the times. The blue space is not going to stop. It is going to continue, and it is for us professionals to continue learning and unlearning. Unlearning the old things and learning the new things.
During the closing ceremony, none other than the Chief of Staff and Head of Public Service came to close the event, and he challenged all the professionals who are there that they need to live a life within their means and avoid corrupt activities that can affect the operations of the organization and even the character and the profile of the members of the organizations.
So in the realms of the public service and the private sector, professionals in various fields such as governance, financial and investment analysis, quality management, forensics and fraud, credit management and information communication technology are the custodians of collective financial integrity. You have the responsibility to oversee the allocation and expenditure of public funds, ensuring every taxpayer shilling is accounted for. You play a pivotal role in ensuring accurate reporting and regulatory compliance, which is essential for maintaining the integrity and reliability of financial systems, promoting public confidence in your professions, and ensuring business survival and continuity.
My overall description of this conference is it has exceeded my expectations as the chair.
As I wind up, allow me to thank all the delegates who turned out, all the speakers, all the partners, sponsors, exhibitors, and all the key partners who are able to participate. And my encouragement is that when we start planning for next year, next event that will be happening next year, God willing, we expect that we plead with everyone to come in large numbers, support it, come as exhibitors, come as sponsors, and come as delegates for the conference that will be there next, the second conference, the second KASNEB International Conference for professionals. Thank you.
So let me conclude by inviting you to join hands with government to accelerate the adoption and deployment of technology in all our sectors, and to do so professionally and ethically. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to declare the inaugural 2024 KASNEB Conference for International Professionals officially closed. Asanteni sana.
The conference has been productive on basis that it has brought professionals from various backgrounds together. Not only accountants, we've even seen lawyers there. We've also seen other politicians also have been attending and have enlightened us more on what is happening in the industry.
The conference was quite engaging and informative, and it touched on areas that are relevant to us today, on the matters of climate change and sustainability, and also on enhancing accountability.
I met a lot of high-profile people, like the Auditor General and the Controller of Budget. Another thing about this conference is that there was a lot of networking I did, meeting a lot of new faces and a lot of people.
KASNEB Foundation is really changing the education narrative in bringing on board even those who cannot afford to pay for themselves. And Ideally, when we look at our country, Kenya, those with the very good brains and who can be able to multitask are those who are from the rural areas and those without. So bringing them on board or not leaving them on board, we see the KASNEB Foundation really changing the landscape.
This is KASNEB International Conference for Professionals.
This is KASNEB International Conference for Professionals.
My name is Dr. Nancy Muriuki, the chair of the KASNEB Board of Directors, and this is the KASNEB International Conference for Professionals, which was running from 22nd of July to 26th of July.
My name is Professor Nicholas Leting. I am the Chief Executive Officer of KASNEB, and this is the KASNEB International Conference for Professionals.
This is the KASNEB International Conference for Professionals.
This is Caroline Makutwa from KASNEB, the Marketing and Communication Division, and this is the KASNEB International Conference for Professionals.
And this is KASNEB International Conference for Professionals.
And this is KASNEB International Conference for Professionals.
I'm at KASNEB International Conference for Professionals.